Take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take me on.
I'll be on in a day or two.
Nailed it.
Wow. Welcome, guys and gals and people of all types and sorts to the Bathroom Buddies. We are your inter-universal guide to the
to the bathroom.
To the bathroom. The complicated world that is the bathroom.
Well,
yeah.
And if you are too poor to have a bathroom, we can also be dumpster buddies.
Yes. We apologize that we're privileged enough to have bathrooms because apparently that's a privilege.
Yeah. See, that is foreshadowing. No, it isn't.
It's past shadowing?
All right.
I don't know.
No, but it's true. Not everyone in the world has a bathroom.
So yeah, thank you for coming back to the podcast after last episode, which was great.
Yeah, let's introduce ourselves.
Okay, yeah, I'm Tim. That's me. I'm the one with this voice.
I'm James. I also don't remember our last episode podcast.
The guy with the voice that sounds like James but isn't is Eli.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, so I'm thinking, if we ever record a prequel podcast, because, who knows where these things go.
We could predict stuff that we do in this podcast in a prequel podcast and put it out first.
Yeah.
And then everyone will be amazed.
It'll be beautiful.
Well, I mean, we won't put it out first. We'll just change all the names. So it'll be like this, instead of being, our inaugural podcast, it'll be the second one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
No, I like the idea.
We can make the first one episode 0.0. Or we can go negative.
Could go negative.
Time is a flat circle. I don't know what that means.
Yep.
All right.
No, what does that mean? People say time is a flat circle. Right?
I mean, time obviously isn't a line because clocks are circles.
True.
So you are correct on the circle.
But once we get into the digital era,
Tim,
what will time be?
Tim, I've never once in my entire life heard the saying time is a flat circle.
You've heard that, right?
Nope.
Okay,
but
you're insane.
If I had to take a guess on what it meant, it's probably because, the Earth is flat and time revolves around the Earth.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because the Earth, it's if you picture a penny that you drop on the ground,
yes,
and it spins, that's like the Earth spinning in space.
No, here's the thing. And you know how when you spin the penny, it looks like it's a sphere, right?
Exactly.
That's the illusion we're living in.
That's why satellites make it look like a sphere.
Yeah.
But do you know anyone who's actually seen the other side of the Earth? No one.
No one has.
No one.
Not even the people that live on the other side of the moon can see the other side of the Earth.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I thought there was just cows on the moon, though. Not
Yeah.
people.
Also, the Raiders are good. Being we're spouting nonsense.
Oh, I see.
See, it's funny.
It is funny. I just, the cows on the moon thing didn't sound like nonsense to me, so there was a disconnect.
It
would
The
explain
Raiders being good, that's plenty of nonsense.
So do you think B.O.B.'s listening to our podcast and just being like, yes!
they are woke!
They got it figured out.
Somebody tweet at B.O.B. this podcast.
Yeah.
He'll figure it out.
Yes, please.
Anyways, yeah, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
So what popular life advice do you guys disagree with?
All of it? I don't know.
All of it?
Popular life advice. What is popular life like?
I make it one of my life's goals to stay away from all things popular.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the popular life advice is now.
Well, for example, do you agree with people saying never give up or losing is not an option?
Okay, no, that's ridiculous. Giving up is the key to life.
I think back in the 1400s, during the one of the medieval wars, someone said discretion is the better part of valor, which is literally, hey, you can give up, it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's true. Once you give up on your life goes better.
I mean, it's not true. Maybe.
It's somewhat true.
You do have to know when to give up, though, and when to not give up.
Yeah, just for example, if someone was talking to a girl for a long period of time on Snapchat, and she did not reciprocate any feelings, I would stop talking to her.
That would be a time to give up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that would be, that's a decent example.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Tim?
Yeah. Hey, what? No? Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, Yeah, no, I saw one. Where was it? Oh, right. Cheaters never prosper. That one's just factually not true.
Yeah, that's inaccurate.
Well, they prosper.
I mean, has anyone watched an NFL game
Yeah.
with the Patriots in it?
Right?
Or a basketball game with the Warriors?
Has anyone gone to college?
Yeah.
Right.
Cheaters prosper.
Yep.
I mean, eventually they might not prosper, and then it's going to be a not prosperous period.
Yeah, the only downside is when your wife finds out, and then it's like
That's a
doghouse. And
Oh yeah, that's
that would be
something
not
I
prospering.
definitely have to
Is that
deal
prospering?
with. Is
Is getting caught prospering, Eli?
It depends.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So, good question, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you for
good
that.
question.
We kind of rabbit trailed a little bit there. Speaking of sex,
Wait, what? Oh.
Oh.
You were cheating.
yeah, there are some little marsupial things called antechinus. Hang on. According to dictionary.com, it is
Antechinus.
antechinus.
Hey, that sounds like a possible innuendo somehow.
Yes,
I
the
don't know why.
antechinus. They're these little rodent things. They basically look like a mixture between a rat and a mouse. So a rodent.
Right. As
They live in Australia, and they've been recently discovered, I guess, sort of. I don't know how you miss them, because they have 14-hour marathon sex sessions, and then they die afterwards, which is pretty impressive. According to some scientists from Queensland University, say these called silver-headed antechinus are known for their suicidal mating habits that last up to 14 hours, and they blame climate change for some reason. I don't know exactly how that contributes. But they're very, very frantic and try to get from one mate to another, and mating itself can last hours, so it's very tiring, says Andrew Baker, who
I
has...
have a question.
Yeah.
Does the female die?
No,
Does
just
the baby
male.
come out of a dead... Okay,
No.
the baby doesn't come out.
Males go from absolutely prime health to falling to pieces before your very eyes,
Yeah.
which I think happens in real life.
right. It's
Or human life, but this is my favorite quote from this article. If I can find it, I lost it.
right. So it's kind of like with the spiders, like where the female eats the male spider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
except
I mean, not
the
quite.
rats die of sexual exhaustion.
I mean, the
Right.
same thing happens with anglerfish. Like, the big ones you see are all females.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
Or is it the other? I don't know.
No, I think you're right about
And
that.
then, like, the males get stuck to the females.
Yeah, according to some doctor who
Like-
studies these little creatures, he said he's seen them stumbling around during the day. They are nocturnal mostly, still looking for mates, bleeding from various parts of their body, and their hair is fallen out. Which,
Sounds like a lot of 9-year-olds.
It sounds like what happens is occasionally they'll, like, get bumped by the woman mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, midway through their sex session, and he's, like, half alive. Like, that's what the dude saw. Like, that's what I've seen.
yeah, apparently they're group animal, so like they fight each other for the females too, which also probably contributes to the bleeding. Although, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that could happen from the 14-hour marathon sex, but
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Definitely.
So how many kids do they have? Like, is it just, like, one mouse litters, or...
Oh,
It's got to be more than that.
I mean, that would kill the population rather quickly
Right.
if it was one. That's just, the math doesn't check.
only about half of females breed, and they only do it once.
Wow.
Which
I mean-
So do the females die in childbirth too, then?
maybe.
That would
There's only about 250 of these things living.
right. That would explain why
They
it's
weren't
been discovered. Is because
Yeah. Also, like, I just looked up a picture of them. They just look like mice to me. So it's like, oh, it's a mouse.
Well, did you hear Eli's excellent description of describing it?
It's like a mouse mixed with a rat.
It's a mouse rat.
That could be a band name. But, you know.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
I don't know if it's a stupid. Wow. Okay.
Obviously, well, I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on from to other stuff. Speaking of death, a Romanian court, never go to Romania, just fun fact, claims there's a Romanian man who is dead, even though he's alive, because there's a dude, he worked for 20 years as a cook in Turkey, and then he tried to go back to Romania to his wife, and he discovered that his wife had registered him as dead. So I don't know if he had some like life insurance or something, but anyway, she decided that he's dead. So he's having a legalistic nightmare of trying to prove to the authorities that he is in fact alive, and he went to court, and the court decided that he's not alive because he filed his request too late.
So, question. Is he getting a new identity, or is he just a dead man who's free to, like...
He's a dead man.
Can he just commit all the crimes now?
Yeah, they can arrest him.
He can steal stuff, and who are they going to arrest? They can arrest the dead man, I guess.
Yeah.
He's dead.
I mean, they could, but you can't send
dead men don't have debt, right?
You can't sentence a dead man. Well, I mean, you can't sentence a dead man to like time in prison or to death. No, here's one angle: is maybe this dead man is super rich, and there's this other guy who's trying to steal his identity to get his money.
Could be.
That's boring.
NBC, which did the news for this, was not able to find his wife anywhere. So
interesting. Yeah, she
probably got a new guy and then bailed.
Another question: is he alive in Turkey? Is he just dead in Romania?
He's dead in Romania.
So he's alive.
He's alive in Turkey.
Nice. Is he gonna go back to Turkey?
But I mean, did he have a Turkey citizenship or?
I don't know how Turkey works.
Yeah, actually, I have no idea either.
Speaking of Turkey, this is something that's always bothered me. This is not related to the story, but which came first, the bird or the country?
The bird.
The bird? Okay.
Well, wait.
I mean, haven't you heard?
The bird is the word. Bird.
No, actually.
Bird.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, was Turkey a country before?
Well, here's what I know. Turkeys are from the Americas.
Right.
So, and people came to the Americas in around late 1400s, early 1500s, and they named them turkeys from Spanish origins. Which is where I'd imagine the name for the country Turkey came from too, because Spanish named way too much. They kind of went crazy with that. So, I feel like it was a similar time frame, but I don't know. Because it was called the Ottoman Empire for a while too.
That's true, yeah.
Right away. Turkey didn't become a country until like 1915, I want to say, as a country, so. But they were Turks.
That's true. No.
So I don't know which came first.
See, I do
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
the Ottoman Turks.
I do like that about the Spanish, though, is when they named things, they like gave it a new name. Instead of being like, we're going to call this New York, and then this is going to be like New, I don't know what other new things did they
New
have?
Amsterdam, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Whatever.
New India or whatever.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Like
New Guinea.
Like the English and the Dutch, when they name things, are always like, it's going to be this old place, but new.
New South Wales.
And yeah, the Spanish were just like, now we're going to call it this new name.
Yeah.
But without new.
New Mexico. Spanish did one wrong.
Tim, why do you know history? What did you say they were founded? 1915?
Something like that, yeah.
The War of Independence was 1919.
Yeah.
Nice.
They officially became a republic in 1923.
Okay.
That was right in the middle of a world war.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
it didn't go well for them.
They were part of the Ottoman Empire, and
Yeah.
they kind of lost World War One. They chose the Germans. They're like, they made a bad choice.
Yeah.
Never choose Germany. Not saying.
Unless you're playing Axis and Allies.
True, they kick butt.
Or Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Volkswagens?
Are Mazda's German?
No, they're
What?
Japanese.
Are they?
I think so, or
But
Korean.
I mean, I can totally see Korean because it has a Z in it. And
Yeah.
Futsueki District, Hiroshima, Japan.
Oh, okay.
it's Japan. Excellent.
Good job.
Yeah, alright. I don't know. Time for some weather now.
Oh yeah! Welcome to your pink eye weather forecast.
Thank you.
The weather for this week, today we got thunderstorms early with a high of 76, which is pretty dang low. Sunday we got partially cloudy, 96. For the rest of the week it looks like you got highs in the low hundreds, high 90s with precipitation around 0 to 10%. That is your weather forecast for Kinshasa, the Democratic Republic of Congo capital. And keep in mind, there's a 100% chance of Ebola, so watch out for that.
Quite the weather report there.
It was so much energy.
I'm curious if there's an airport nearby to evacuate the people from the Ebola.
Yeah. Apparently 5 people got diagnosed with Ebola.
Just since the weather report?
Since the weather report, yeah.
Anyways, so I was thinking, since it's, it's our first podcast, and, I ran the numbers a couple times, and I think you only get a first podcast once.
I mean, unless we make prequels.
Once we make prequels, then we can do this again. But I was thinking, it'd be stupid and maybe fun to take a short quiz. So I got 5 questions about things that are firsts in history. And you guys each get a chance to answer. You can't pick the same answer, so that there's a winner.
Okay.
And then the winner
gets
control of the ability to create games for the next podcast. that is the prize.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so the first question.
Sounds like work.
It does sound like work, but work. That's the song goes.
Okay, what's a question?
Anyways, first question. When was the first person killed by a robot? A, 1884, B, 1943, C, 1979, or D, never?
I'm gonna 1979.
1979?
That's that's hard. I'll go 1943. Why not?
The real answer is never.
I really wish the real answer is never. That'd be cool. No, the answer is 1979.
Excellent.
Robert Williams was working at a Ford plant, and he got hit by a mechanical arm in the head.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great, but...
Why was someone waving their mechanical arm around?
Does that count as a robot?
Yeah, right? I
I think that's like cyborg.
Speaking of mechanical arms, Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1.
I just wanted to piss some people off. Or Battlefield 5, sorry.
I haven't watched the trailer for that.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
horrible. Go on.
Yeah, more questions. When was the first aerial bombing? Was it A, 1849, B, 1533, C, 1906, or D, 1200 BC?
James got the last one right.
Yeah,
so okay.
You can go first.
I'm going BC.
BC?
They jumped off a pyramid and yeah, it was cool.
Okay. 1500s.
1500s? You guys were both wrong.
Well,
Was it
It was
1906?
1849. The Austrians got super mad at Italy, I guess, and they launched several unmanned balloons over Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And the winds didn't help them, so the bombs just kind of went wherever. Nobody really died. They just kind of went wherever and blew up.
Nice.
Who was that?
That was the Austrians.
Classic Austrians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Battlefield 5, though, video games are a thing. They've been around for a while. And
Yes.
Oh, that was a segue. I was like, why are we back on this?
that was a segue. I went back one, but
Yeah. Everyone loves segues.
Anyways, yeah. So this is a controversial question, literally and on a deeper level. But what was the first controversial video game? Was it A, Doom, B, Death Race, C, Pepsi Man, or D, Street Fighter?
I'm gonna go with Doom.
I'll take Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Because I was gonna go with Doom.
Yeah, Doom was gory.
See, what is it like? How controversial would it have to be? Like, I feel like someone's gonna hate every game.
Depends. If it's the first one, then not very.
Yeah. Well, the answer was Death Race. That's too wrong.
Screw
for you
Death
guys.
Race.
Yeah. Death Race, not Pepsi Man or the other ones. Death Race was made in 1976. And apparently, it was a game where you run over gremlins, and people thought it would encourage people to drive recklessly.
Yeah, because everything I see on a screen, I immediately go do.
Well, I'm just like, if you look at the picture of the game, it's just like it's an 8-bit game. I'm like, it's nowhere near actual driving.
Yeah. Well, if I ever see a single bit on the road, I am going to hit it.
If I see a 2-bit gremlin,
Yeah.
you're going down.
I won't be able to help myself. I'll just have to hit it with my the white dots that I call my car.
I don't know what we're
So
talking
yeah,
about.
James is up 1-0 in this quiz.
Yeah.
I am up 1-0. What do we got?
So we got 2 more questions. So Eli has to ace it to win.
Yeah, I got this.
So the fourth question is, where was the first road map made? Rome, Nome, London, or Toronto?
I'm gonna go with Rome.
No.
Nice. It was Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Comeback
made-
time. That was easy.
All the roads.
It
made
was.
Rome and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So I didn't really stand
Augustus
a
Caesar
chance.
wanted stuff.
They were literate and they had roads.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's pretty easy.
Anyways, so that's a tie game. We got one question left. This one's fun, I think. Hopefully. I don't know. When was the first watch made? 1834, 1509, 560 BC, or noon?
Nice. James, you get to go first.
Okay.
Please pick noon.
What do you mean by watch? Like a watch that was carryable by a person?
There's a picture of the watch, and I'll try to like. It looks like it's a hand watch, hand-sized watch.
So it's not a sundial?
Not a sundial.
Okay.
More advanced than that.
Okay.
I lost the picture though.
Great. Can you give me the dates again?
1509, 1834, 560 BC, and then noon.
1509. Again, even though I was wrong last time.
I wasn't listening. Can you read the dates again?
Well, he chose 1509. The other ones are 560 BC and 1834.
It might be noon though. Like
Don't go noon.
18 whatever. But noon is going to be correct.
The correct answer is 1509. James kind of got, an advantage there.
That's okay.
Me making a stupid rule, but it's okay. Oh, there. First portable watch. It's called the Nuremberg Egg. It was made by Peter Hamlin of Germany.
See, the real question is, was it made on noon?
It probably was noon.
Like,
That's a question I've asked people all the time. What time was it when the first clock was made? Like, we have these numbers, but they're to a certain degree they're kind of arbitrary.
Yeah, I mean, time doesn't actually mean anything.
Right. Well, as soon as you start messing around with quantum physics and quantum time and quantum anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's interesting? We don't have a specific time for how long this podcast should be. It's supposed to be as long as it takes you to take a dump.
I'm going for like 40 minutes.
I'm guessing it's going to be a little longer.
The dump? Yeah, probably.
The dump?
People have constipation issues these days.
Yeah, it's getting worse. I'm sure it's an epidemic, really.
It really is.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Anyways, here's an interesting article because I don't want to talk about constipation anymore.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my thing. Anyways, yeah, so apparently a German zoo had a bunch of animals escape, and they're claiming that the animals did not escape, they're just hiding.
They just let them out.
They just
they did not escape. We opened all the gates.
2 lions, 2 tigers, a bear, and a jaguar. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Right.
I'd take the bear.
You take the bear?
Yeah. No, like, if they were going to fight.
Wait, so this was in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that the same, like, do you think the high-ranking officers in the SS, like, after America came and, like, opened up all the concentration camps, they're like, no! The Jews, they're just hiding! we still have them.
I'm pretty sure they're all fleeing the country.
I feel like German history is interesting. I wonder how they teach it.
Yeah, no, they probably, like, just don't talk about, you know... The kids are like, why didn't we talk about anything between 1940 and 1950? Well, that's kind of weird.
Do the Germans have any history books? Because history books are always written by the winners.
Ouch. Ouch. That's good.
I mean, it's not my fault.
Yeah. Wow.
I just borrow American history books and get super pissed. So I have 2 more articles, one of which is true, one of which isn't.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find them. Anyways.
Shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, yeah, preparation isn't the greatest thing. Anyways, yeah, one is a washed-up former spelling bee champion is, living a bum life. And let's see, he lives in Dayton, Ohio. He's grumbling in disbelief at these kids these days in the spelling bee.
Okay, so there's a spelling bee champion who
it's kind of like
is he homeless?
Human interest right up. No, he has a home. It looks like, but he has no job. And then
I guess that would make sense if you're
a spelling bee champion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't any good skills that come from it, but you pour a lot of time into something you probably.
No, yeah, I always thought spelling bees are weirdly overhyped.
Yeah. To me, the spelling bee is like the same thing as like the hot dog eating contest. Right. I'm like, that's cool. That's a good skill. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's that practical.
I mean, with the spelling bee, it's definitely going to improve your memory and knowledge. of just like languages.
I mean, I feel like after you throw up 76 hot dogs, you're gonna remember that for a while.
True. I also feel like, hot dogs are, if you need to throw up on demand, eating all those hot dogs definitely helps, If you're, what it could help you with? You could be a drug mule. You just stuff the drugs and just vomit it on.
That's true. It's pretty sweet.
So, if that's the career you want to get into.
Yeah, that's career. That's careers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog. Okay, I'm gonna say something controversial here. Hot dog eating contest. Becoming a champion hot dog eater or whatever is more beneficial than being a spelling bee champion.
Okay, that was actually controversial.
Yep.
I was expecting no controversy.
I have a very low opinion of spelling bees. As someone who's a decent speller.
Actually, there's probably no controversy there because that's like not something anyone would do.
It's unquantifiable.
There's like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's the other article, and keep in mind one of these aren't true.
Okay.
The other article is Alex Jones gives $3,000 to a grown man who won't leave his home.
No, that story's actually true.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that, yeah.
That one's the true one. The spelling bee one wasn't true.
Wait, a guy won't leave Alex Jones's home or won't leave his own home?
So what happened is he's like, I think if I remember, I read he's like 30 and living with his parents.
Yeah.
And they're kicking him out.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Where they took him to court?
Yeah, and Alex Jones is giving him money.
He gave that guy money? That was the greatest story ever.
Why did he? I'm curious.
His parents had to take him to court to get him out of their house.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why did Alex Jones feel?
Yeah,
like,
why does
this is where I'm putting my money?
It's probably because it's his kid.
I don't understand how Alex Jones thinks, but yeah.
He just feels bad that he threw his bum kid on like some poor middle class family, and so now he's dealing with it.
Yeah, apparently that was to glance the article. Apparently Alex Jones had him on his show too.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Alex Jones was like,
did you just like rip into him?
Son, I am your father.
It's a horrible impression, but
people know I was trying to do Alex Jones.
And
that's why it was horrible.
No, it's 3/4 of the battle in impressions.
That's true.
Is just getting people to know. Speaking of battles, in sports recently, bare knuckle fighting is trying to become legal and more mainstream.
Wait, is it illegal?
Well, it's a lot of states won't allow it. Wyoming is now allowing it, mostly because there's a lot of negativity based around it. Just because like the violence.
Is there knuckle shaming?
No, well, it's because like people think it's a violent sport that aren't like with boxing. You got boxing gloves and whatever, so it's safer supposedly.
I mean,
do you wear gloves for your feet when you kickbox, or do these people hate kickboxing too?
I don't know. So it is.
I feel bad for the bears. I mean, they shouldn't have to go up against like big strong men with their knuckles. Like that's. Come on.
Okay, so
dude, I bet that's why that bear escaped the zoo.
Probably. Them Germans bare knuckle fought it a bunch.
John, come fight me!
But no, in this article it says on June 2nd, it's going to be the first sanctioned and regulated bare knuckle fighting event since the late 1800s.
Really?
So over 100 years. But it was funny, well, interesting more so, that when they were pushing to make bare knuckle fighting more mainstream, they did a bunch of like tests and research, and actually bare knuckle fighting has less long-term damage than boxing with gloves, because there's less force per square inch than when you use gloves.
Well, I've seen that a lot. They've recently said the same thing about football helmets and padding. It's like we put all this padding on to protect, but what we're finding out is that the padding's allowing players to do more damage to the player anyways.
Right.
So it's kind of like, at best, a net neutral, if not doing worse, just because the head's rattling inside the cage of the helmet and all that.
Yeah. Well, like, if you look at it, I'm not saying this is 100% fact, because I'm not sure don't know for sure, but there are a lot less rugby injuries than football injuries. And they use almost no padding in rugby. Just the light concussion helmets, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's because, oh my gosh. So I'm on YouTube and I'm watching some bare knuckle fighting. The first 2 minutes was just some dudes like kind of jumping around slapping at each other. And then I skipped to 15 minutes in and they are just bleeding everywhere.
Right.
That makes sense, I would suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Can you use fingernail? Like just try to like it appears that they can grapple with each other. So
yeah, probably. I mean, I imagine it's similar to like MMA or
probably.
Well, I mean, not quite. All
Did I get knocked out at some
different
point?
martial arts.
I just want to draw attention to the acronym for the bare knuckle fighting championship is BKFC. I like that.
Well, yeah, bare knuckle fighting champion.
Yeah.
Or is it black Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Well, that's redundant.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so I'm reading this article about the bare knuckle fighting championship that's coming up on June 2nd, which is today.
Or yesterday.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
Don't
or,
date
you know
this video.
What? Whenever.
Yeah.
Anyways, they were talking about people who logged in to buy the fight, and they said the paywall crashed. And I swear, every time I read about a pay-per-view, it crashes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is pay-per-view that broken?
No, the paywall, that was in a fight they tried to do in 2011.
Oh, okay.
But
like, Mayweather McGregor, the paywall crashed.
right.
The last Mayweather, it crashed. Like, it crashes all the time. I don't know. What are you doing?
You can't build a wall out of pays.
Good joke.
It was a solid joke.
But you can build them out of pesos!
Hey, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of pesos,
Oh, gosh.
Mexico. You know what Mexico has? Women. Speaking of women, we have a quiz we're gonna do.
What a segue.
Yeah, that was good.
Top 10 segues.
Okay, but no, this quiz is how sexist are you actually from BuzzFeed?
Everyone's favorite.
Do you think this clicking is being picked up?
Yes, you should stop it. Okay, so we're gonna do it. You can do it along at home if you want. We are not gonna post the link in the description because
BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but it's how sexist are you actually from BuzzFeed?
I need to give you guys the introduction. Find out what biases lurk deep inside you. More questions will appear as you go along.
Okay.
I am already questioning why I'm doing this, so they are correct.
Okay, so question number 1. Who should the breadwinner of a family be? The man, or the woman, whoever gets paid more, it doesn't matter, or the dog?
Why is woman on there twice?
Oof. Oof.
Are you saying women get paid more?
No.
Oh, right. I don't.
Well,
I'm gonna
I gotta pick the man here.
I'd go with the man.
You know, just
the man.
generally. Okay, yeah, we're gonna.
Who should spend more time on the housework?
Nobody. We should live in squalor. That's definitely the right answer.
It should be a shared responsibility. Women, men, or the nobody one.
I'm
It's
just
like squalor.
that's like chaos and. Yeah.
Like if you went to Haiti.
Yep.
Well, like Haiti right after like the tsunami or hurricane.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Well, I'm gonna click women only because the man's at work.
Right.
You know,
But
the man's at work. The woman should probably be doing some housework. I mean, the man's still got to mow the lawn and stuff.
right. So I'm gonna go with it's a shared responsibility.
Are you?
Yes, I'm gonna click that because housework I feel is pretty broad.
Housework is pretty broad. I'm still gonna go with women though, because.
Yeah.
You can't change your answers, what I just learned.
Oh.
Did you say we should live in squalor?
No, I said women, but I was going to change it to a shared. James convinced me.
James convinced you to be less sexist?
It's too late now, I'm sorry.
Have you ever described a girl as slutty?
I have, but not to their face, and I don't see that answer. I guess because
Yes, but only because she was so slutty. Or in the past, but I feel bad about it now. Or I think it sometimes, but I never say it, and I would never.
I have.
Have you? I don't think I ever have, honestly. Have you guys ever heard me describe a girl as slutty? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I think you're a horrible person. Is what we're going to
Okay.
I messed the next question up.
So, next question, what I see right now is I see without thinking pick a box. I don't see the images yet.
Okay, there are two pictures. One's a man, one's a woman.
Okay, well, yeah.
The guy has a tie,
He does have a tie, so he looks like a boss. So I'm gonna pick him.
He also
he
has-
looks like my boss.
He has
so.
grayer hair, which means he's probably more
Right.
experienced. in
He
this
looks
field.
like he's 50. She looks like she's 30.
Right. So he's obviously more experienced.
Nope.
But
And he has a nice suit. That's a solid suit.
Okay, moving on.
Nice smile.
answer honestly. Have you judged a woman's intelligence because of the way she speaks? Maybe, but I didn't feel great about it. All the time, to be honest. Or nope. See, I
All the
judge
time, but
everybody's-
I do that for men too.
Yeah.
so.
I do that for everyone.
Like,
I was
that's-
like,
That
Yeah.
is like the easiest measure of intelligence. That's like off the bat. You can get a
Yeah.
basic idea
Yeah.
right.
based
Well,
on.
it's not a sex thing. I do it to everybody. I do it to dogs. They don't speak. They're dumb.
Yep.
Oh, why do you think there's a gender pay gap?
Oh.
There isn't one. Pay discrepancies exist because women choose low-paid work. Fact. There just aren't enough women qualified to be in senior positions at their companies, or they're not interested in higher management. True, kind of, too. Because women in the work they do are seen as less valued.
I don't feel 100% about any of these answers.
Right.
I think the top one to me is
I feel like that's the most
closest?
accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna say there isn't one.
Yeah, I'm going to say there isn't one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was another week without thinking.
Oh, without
Well,
thinking.
I haven't
pick a
looked-
doctor.
That seems to be a
Without thinking,
theme
pick a
with
doctor.
BuzzFeed.
Just don't think.
Don't think.
Don't think. Okay.
Pick a doctor.
See, this guy has nurses. Just saying.
Oh, that's true.
And his stethoscope is in his pocket.
Yeah, I did without thinking. Just scroll down and I clicked on the woman because, I mean, they both look very doctory, and my mouse was just over that picture.
He has big, bushy doctor eyebrows.
You're
though.
thinking.
Crap.
I did,
thought.
but I thought it did. Yeah.
Also,
Sorry, BuzzFeed, I'm failing in your ways.
I picked the dude because I just had to pick somebody. 'cause
okay, I did. I picked the girl because she has her what is that word?
Stethoscope.
Stethoscope on her shoulders, like all good doctors do.
Right.
So,
Even in the movies.
Why do you think there are so few women in politics? The options are because men are more naturally suited to leadership in politics, because women have babies in their 30s, because voters are sexist, women aren't supported in government and face so much harassment, and because they just don't want to be.
I think 1 and 4 are both true to their own.
I'm gonna go with because they don't want to be.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. If you want to be Hillary Clinton, you can.
Right. Okay. Do women make good bosses?
I hate these answers.
No, they have too much to prove. Yes, but not usually better than men. Yes, of course.
You see, one letter would have made this easier because it says yes, but not usually better than men. If you dropped the N, I would have clicked that one. Yes, but not usually better than me.
Yeah, women make good bosses.
Yeah, I've had some good bosses who are women.
Most of my bosses have been women.
No, more without thinking.
Okay, without thinking.
Pick a nurse.
Pick a nurse. Oh, there are 3 pictures this time.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, am I gonna be?
She looks like she's still on her clinic.
That looks like a
Okay,
nurse.
so there's
That's 3 nurses. That like improves my odds.
oh, that's okay. So there's 1 picture with 3 men in it. 2 of them are in the back room, and then 2 pictures, one with a white blonde woman and
Some sort of mix.
either biracial or maybe probably biracial
Yeah.
nurse.
I picked the blonde woman
Me too.
because she looks very nurse.
She does.
The thing is, you're sexist if you don't pick the man.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he looks more like a hipster than a nurse.
That's
He
true.
looks like my. Well,
He looks
I don't
like
have a
he
barista.
looks like
But if I had a
if
barista-
Justin Timberlake had cancer.
All right. Can women be great mathematicians and scientists? There's no, because we'd see more of
I
their
hate all
achievements
these
in
answers.
history. Depends. Women's brains are better suited to linguistics and emotional intelligence. Yes, even if they have to plow through more BS to get
But
there.
they don't.
BS
I
meaning
mean-
Bachelor of Science.
They have to get more. Well, I mean, they definitely...
Do they spend more time on the toilet listening to our podcast? That kind of BS?
Okay, well,
Yep.
if you go look back at, like, scientists in, when was it, like the 1500s or whatever, it was definitely a lot harder for women to be...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they were still great. They just didn't get recognized for it.
See, wording the questions like "Can women be?" Like, you have to hit yes, or you're,
I would say
or you are actually, like, legitimately sexist.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
So, I mean, they're kind of forcing my hand by not giving me great options and then saying, can't. Like, is it possible for, you know, and I'm like, yeah, of course.
If you lost at a sport to a woman, how would you feel? Annoyed, but I'm also a woman, so I wouldn't have anything to do with gender, or it wouldn't have anything to do with gender. Embarrassed. Annoyed because I'm not like other girls. I'm good at sports. Happy, good for her, she's so sporty. Or livid, but only because I'm incredibly competitive.
Okay, see, this question's so broad because there's definitely certain women I know where if I lost to them I'd be embarrassed, but others where I'd just be livid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with livid.
Me
But-
too.
Like, I get pissed when I lose any sport to anyone.
Right. It's like if I don't want to lose, so.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna actually try to do this without thinking because I overanalyze.
Without thinking,
Pick a professor.
oh, Charles Darwin. I had to pick Charles Darwin.
I did too.
I went with.
He looked the most. I mean, he had a professor board.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a guy with the professor board who I did not pick because I picked the other old guy with the.
You picked the businessman?
I picked the super smart.
Dude, that guy-
He makes me think of a lot of
That
professors
guy,
I've had.
but he literally takes naps on Wall Street. He's not a professor.
Okay, but I saw him and I'm like, that looks like 3 of my professors I've had.
Yeah.
Just want to say the one on the right doesn't look like a professor. So
It doesn't.
She looks like a librarian who's hiding from her work.
She really does. See, I'm not sexist. It's just I don't like librarians.
Okay.
Can women be funny? The first option is they're generally less funny because they don't have to be funny to attain a mate.
No, women are expected to be nice and quiet by society, which is very unfair but leads to them being less funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with yes.
But I am gonna go with they can,
Okay.
but they are generally less funny. Generally.
I don't know. There's some dudes are pretty cringy these days.
That's true.
Like we live in the Fortnite generation.
And also, there's this thing called Bathroom Buddy podcast, and it's pretty cringe.
It's better than
And
Fortnite.
it's also
no
super
women on
funny.
it.
It's super funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we gotta build patriarchy before we dismantle it. One step at a time, Eli.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go with yeah because I know a lot of very unfunny guys.
It's true.
Like all. No, not all. Anyways, who should spend more time raising kids? Mothers, fathers, whoever is able to.
Mothers.
Yeah, mothers got that bond. Fathers don't get to lug around the kids for 9 months.
Fathers only got that gold
Also, we already decided the father's off being the breadwinner.
Yep, we did.
bond. The dog, it made everything easier.
Has anyone ever called you sexist? Yes, it happens all the time, like once or twice, never, or I have been accused of reverse sexism, and it made me LOL.
I'm gonna go with like once or twice.
Sidebar, do you say LOL or LOL when you read it?
LOL.
LOL.
No, I say LOL.
You're weird.
Anyways.
The only time I ever say lol is ironically.
Oh.
The only time I ever say lol is when there's like a lull in the conversation, and I just like want to point out that the conversation died for a second there, and there was a lull.
LOL.
All right. Do you think sexism still exists? Nope. All caps.
I think I gotta go. Yes, happens all the time on the last one, just because.
Come on, keep up with the times.
Oh, sorry.
It's just not as bad as it used to be, so I think people are exaggerating how bad it is now. Yup. All caps.
I'm gonna go with the middle one there.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it used to be.
It's not as
There's
bad
still
as
sexism.
Okay, that's the quiz.
Oh. Ooh. Oh,
Okay, who wants to go first?
Wow. Okay, I got 71% sexist.
Oof.
You're gonna read your description?
Yikes, with like 4 eyes. 4 eyes. Okay, this is a thing you can work on. It's not too late for you to become less of a sexist. Come join us in 2017. Because the only good thing about the 1950s was the hair.
I got the same write-up. I was 76% sexist.
Yeah, same write-up as well, because BuzzFeed's lazy. But I got 82% sexist.
You're just straight patriarchy.
You know what it is? The one time for the doctor, I picked the woman, and you guys picked the guy doctor.
But without thinking, you failed. I think.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, that was interesting.
Dude, hold on a second. Don't exit yet. Go to the top. Piers Morgan has, like, Trump-level orange on his face in this picture.
He does. He's looking very orange in this. It's funny because the picture for the quiz is Piers Morgan just like sitting there chilling.
Okay, it looks like he's about. I don't know if he's about to laugh or just like spit, but his lips are like.
He's probably gonna spit on a woman.
But we did just decide that we have successfully built the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Just now.
So we can dismantle it next episode.
Or not, you know.
By having
so
no
if
man
you don't
on the
listen
show.
to the next episode, you're racist and sexist because you didn't let us dismantle the patriarchy.
Exactly.
You kept it alive in your mind.
You horrible people. Are you done with your dump yet?
All right.
Flush the toilet.
Thank you for tuning in.